Welcome to Om at Home. Grab that last sip of water. Start to make adjustments in the neck. Props nearby. As you sit here, take some cat-cows just to loosen up your back. And then begin to roll back, letting your head rest on the blanket. Feel free to make adjustments with the hips, the legs, shifting it all around. And then placing your feet on the floor, taking them as wide as your mat, letting those knees knock in together. Arms out to the sides, palms turn up. Welcome a nice slow breath in here through the nose. And release. Again, fill up. And sigh it out. Softening the jaw, taking these first few moments just to feel yourself in the floor. Your breath pressing up against the ground. The breath expanding into the chest, rounding out the belly. Breathe. In the next moment or two, start to stretch those arms back. Maybe give your torso a little lean left and right. Pulling yourself out of those hips just a bit. Bring those feet more in line with the frame. Knees separated. Lift your hips just a couple of inches to wag that tail side to side. And keep those hips elevated for a few moments. And then gently lower down. Again, feet press into the floor, lift the hips, hold, keep breathing. Feel the work. Toes pressing to the floor, and then gently lower back down. Third time, hips up. Feet down, breathe. Notice the level of comfort here. What's working, what's not. Give it time. And when you're ready, slowly lower down. Hug those knees into the chest, tuck forehead into the knees, rounding out. And then your head drops back as you use your hands just to cup those knees and push them in all directions. Sending some love into that low back. And with the knees in your chest, find a block. Slide the block between the knees. And then drop the knees over to the left. Right arm reaches back, your gaze is to the ceiling. Use the breath here. When you're ready, you come back center on an inhale. Pause here. Hug those knees in close again just to get an extra stretch in that low back. And then let the knees keep going over to the right on an exhale. Keep breathing. Left arm reaching out. Gaze is still to the ceiling. Neck is neutral. Breathe into this twist. Feel it. Slow those inhales down. And then on an inhale, come back center. Shift the block now from the knees to between the feet. And then let those legs stretch up to the ceiling so your body's at a 90 degrees. Feet are flexed, holding that block at the most narrow. Feet are hovering over the hips. Feel the difference. Feet over the belly, feet over chest. You want the feet over the hips and give a little rock side to side. Get your bearings here. And then lightly let those legs go out in front about a third of the way, and you're going to squeeze the block. Arms are at your sides. Don't panic. Navel tightens, low back works. Let those feet come back to center, feet over hips. And then again, you can go a third of the way down, or maybe go about halfway out in front. Breathe. Keep squeezing the legs, holding on to the block. Bring those legs back up when you're ready. Relax. Last time, a third of the way, half of the way, or 2/3 of the way. 2/3 of the way is a little more challenging. Keep everything engaged. And then easy does it come back up. Knees bend. Grab the block. Get it out of your way. Twist this out. Roll around on that low back. If you have something underneath your head, go on ahead and remove it. And then when you're ready, we're going to just rock back into our plow to begin. Just to get a good stretch here, a little bit more emphasis. Hands to support the back. If this is too much, just tuck those knees into your chest, curl forehead to knees. And then come on out, legs out in front, arms at your side, press forearms into the ground, head drops back as your chest lifts for fish. Like a fish gasping for air, that chest lifts, and then you lower it down. Legs stay long in front, arms reach next to the ears, lean left and right. Feel the sides of the ribs stretch out here. And then let yourself rock up and forward to a comfy seat, legs crossed. Lean over those legs, more of a rounding in the back. And then lean back on your hands, feet down, lift your hips, reverse tabletop. Keep your gaze to the ceiling, don't let your head fall back. And then lower down, feet together, knees wide. Lean forward over this Baddha Konasana, over this butterfly, holding onto the feet, elbows tucking in close. Tuck your chin, round the back. Breathe with this. And then you're going to sit up, relax. We're going to grab our props here. You want to go ahead and find your blocks. Find your strap. Maybe blanket or a little pillow under your head for some support. Then place your blocks one at a time under each foot at the lowest level. And then push those blocks nice and easy with those legs out in front. And then just before you lengthen those legs completely, go on ahead and take the feet and rest the back of the heels on the block so those calves have freedom just to drop down. Toes turn out. These blocks are not close together. They're as wide as your mat. Leave your left leg on its block and hug the right knee into your chest. Take that knee side to side. This is giving you a little bit more stretch in that left hip flexor in the front left hip. And then with the right hand, grab the inside of that right leg. Grab the foot. Keeping the knee bent, turn that foot up to the ceiling like a happy baby. And then take the strap around the bottom of that same foot and stretch that leg up to the ceiling. So you're at a good 90 degrees in the legs. If we were flipped over, we would be in a warrior 3. We're just on our back. So let this leg go side to side, left and right, using that sit bone to massage those hamstrings. And then on the next exhale, draw that leg into your chest. Let it bend. Inhale, it backs off. Exhale, come in again. Inhale, back off. One more, draw it in and then hold it for a moment. Leg that doesn't lock out, keep breathing. And then relax, foot goes over the hip. Take the straps into the right hand. Take this right leg out to the side. Turn your gaze to the left arm to the left. Breathe here. Feel that left hip lift up, that's okay. And then bring that leg center, switch hands with your belt. Left hand grabs the belt. Take that right leg across, reach through the heel, gaze to the right. Come back center, switch again. Right hand grabs the strap, foot goes to the right, gaze to the left. Last time. We're going to bring it back to center. Let that knee bend. Grab that belt. Backtrack to that happy baby. No belt. Hand to foot. Knee is bending. And then that left leg bends. Foot to the mat. Leaving the block. Cross your right ankle over the left thigh. Flexing that right foot. Just rock. Right foot goes all the way over to the left. Then come up, take that right knee to the right. Back and forth you go a few times, and then let that right leg stretch up and out, finding the block in front. Let's go side 2, hug that left knee in. Reach to the inside of the leg, grab the foot, turn that foot up, happy baby pose, left side. Breathe. When you're ready, take that belt around the bottom of the left foot. Stretch that leg to the ceiling. Hands grab the strap. Relax. Start to tick-tock. Rock this leg side to side. Allowing that leg to move to the right, to the left. Feeling your range of motion. This whole time, the right leg is out in front with that heel on the block. Start the process of breathing in, drawing that leg away from the chest, and then on the exhale, bringing it in a few times, back and forth. Reaching for a comfortable, enjoyable stretch, nothing where it'll make your body shake or quiver. No danger here. And then take that belt into the left hand, take that leg out to the side, your gaze in the opposite direction to the right with that right hand. And then on the next breath, you're going to bring that leg back center, switch hands with the belt. Leg goes to the right across your body as your gaze turns to the left, following that arm out. Again, back to center. Left hand grabs the belt, taking that left leg back out, gaze to the right. Breathe. And then draw that leg back center. Inhale. Exhale, it comes in slightly closer to your chest. And then bend that knee. Reach with that left hand for the foot. Return to that happy baby pose option. Belt out of your way. Right leg bends, foot to the floor, crossing that left ankle over the right thigh. Tip to the right, left foot touches down. To the left, left knee touches down. Tip over to the right. And then back to center. Free that leg up. Let it stretch out in front. Right leg, stretch it up, out in front. Both legs returning to their blocks, breathing. You're in a neutral, steady position. When you're ready, feet come flat. Start to clear whatever's behind your head. Hips lift up nice and strong this time. And then lower down. Rock back to your plow, revisit just for a moment, and then rock up. Your hands will find the blocks. Start to step back into a down dog. Hands remaining on the blocks, really watching out for how much of a bend in the wrist. Go forward, cobra, hips dip down and back, down dog. Forward into cobra again, and then drop your knees. Sink back to child's pose with your hands staying on your blocks. Right hand first, we're going to thread the needle over to the left, keeping that left arm elevated thanks to the block. Gaze is down, right arm across, breathe into that right shoulder blade. Hips stay back to the heels as best as possible. And then on the next inhale, reach up, unravel with that right hand, tabletop, left hand stays down, bring that right hand behind your head. And with that right elbow reaching up, bring that right elbow down to tap that left arm. Bring it back up, hand behind your head the whole time. And then tap it back down. Bring that elbow up this next time and then stretch that hand up, reaching high. And then lower down, back to your child's pose, hands in front. Left hand threads the needle to the right. Breathe into that left shoulder blade. Right hand is on the block. Breathe here, hips are back. And then unravel. When you're ready, left hand goes high and then behind your head. Bring that elbow down to that right arm and then take it back up. Bring it down and back up. One more time. This third round, when you take it back up, reach up with that arm, extend it, and then bring it down to the mat. Both hands to the blocks. Rock back to your child's pose. Breathe. If you need a little more in your back, sit up, scooch your knees back so you can dip your chest down again into a puppy pose with the hands on the blocks. And then when you're ready, remove the blocks. Child's pose, arms at your side, forehead down, a sweet rounding of the spine. And then tabletop. Curl those toes under and then rock your hips back on top of those heels. Stretching out your toes before we get moving on our feet. Having patience here, breathing. If it's too much to sit upright, lean forward, hands on the blocks or hands on the ground. Maybe lean back on your hands to get a little bit more into the quads if your knees can handle it. Keep breathing. And then go forward. Lean on the hands. Lift the feet. Stretch it out. Stretch it out. Shake it out. Shake it out. Toes turn down. Hips to heels. Sink back. Hands walk back. Breathe. And then lean back on your hands again. Lift the knees. Stretch out the top of the ankles just for a moment. And then rock forward into your down dog. Pedal all of that out. Try these new feet out. Legs can go up one at a time to the ceiling. Keep it comfy, very casual, relaxed. We're still just exploring, seeing if there's anything we've missed. Glide forward into your plank. And breathe. Maybe those hands scooch slightly forward in front of the shoulders. Feel the work. And then when you're ready, tabletop. Melt your belly for your cow. Round out to your cat. Stretch it out into your dog. And then rock forward, cobra. And then take it back and rest, child's pose. And breathe. When you're ready, sit up. Find a block. Slide the block between your feet at the lowest level. Take a few breaths here, upright. Weight of the hips, weight of the torso is on the block. Removing any extra pressure in the knees, hopefully. Let those arms come up overhead. Gently lean to the right. Come back up. Lean to the left. And come back up. Bringing those hands down, interlacing those hands behind the back. Drop them down low, drop chin to the chest. And release. Deep inhale through the nose, sigh it out through the mouth. Down dog, no blocks. If you're sitting on a block, kick it out of your way. Glide into your plank. Feel it out. This time, maybe let those heels drop to the left, hips turn to the right. Bring them up, take them to the right, hips to the left. And back center. Lower yourself all the way down. And then inhale, lift just to your chest and back down. Hands go forward a bit more. Lift to the navel, inhale, and back down. Your progressive cobra, hands walk out a little bit more in front, press up a little higher, breathe. And then scooch those hands back. Allow yourself to rock into a child's pose, maybe down onto your belly flat, whole body long. We'll all meet in our down dog. And then bring your feet to the middle of the mat, toes turned out. Lower hips into a nice low squat, hands are close to the chest. Enjoy the dip of the hips, the pull of gravity. And then hips lift up, fold your head down, shake your head out. Hands are to the floor. Get this nice forward fold here, swaying back and forth. And then going ahead and curl yourself all the way up, reaching high overhead. And then exhale, come center. Take yourself to the top of the mat. Take a few breaths without trying too hard in any which way. You're just standing here. Remind yourself why you came to practice, why you are on your mat today. Shake anything out that feels frayed. Inhale, reach those arms up. Exhale, bow down. Inhale, lift the chest, lengthen out, placing your hands to the top of the mat. Make your way back to your plank. Breathe here. Let this be the work. And then lower yourself all the way down. Hands stay in front. Lift your chest. And then lower down. Slide the hands out more in front, come up again. And lower down. Hands slide back, press yourself up and back down dog. Lift into the heels, tippy toes, step forward. Come up halfway, hands on those thighs, press, lengthen the torso and curl yourself all the way up. Exhale, bring it to center. Take a moment. Again, inhale, come up, hands high. Exhale, bow down. Inhale, heart lifts, hands to the floor. Make your way back. Get into your plank, lengthen out, feel it, breathe. Exhale down all the way to the floor. Inhale, lift your chest. Shimmy all of this out now. Rock back, tabletop. Curl those toes under, down dog. Soft bend to the knees at this point with your dog. We don't want to overdo it here. We've already gotten into the hips enough. Step forward, forward fold. Come up halfway, inhale, lengthen. Tuck the rest of the way up. Hands go high, breathe in. And center, exhale. Inhale again, reach up. Exhale, bow down. Inhale, heart lifts. Make your way back to plank. Exhale down. Inhale, lift the chest, cobra. Exhale, down dog. Breathe. Get to the top of the mat. Hands on the thighs, pit stop halfway up, and then curl the rest of the way up. Arms reaching overhead. Exhale to center. Inhale, arms up. Sit down in your chair this time, Sun B, pause. Exhale, fold all the way down, legs lengthen. Inhale, lift the chest. Step back with that left foot. Drop the knee, relax the toes, arms up, low lunge. Not overreaching here in that back. Don't place a huge demand on it. Hands back to the floor. Right leg sweeps back nice and high, 3-leg dog. And then come forward immediately to your plank, all fours. Lower down. Inhale, lift the chest, cobra. Exhale, down dog. Step forward with that right leg again. Lean into that left hand. Feel the lunge. Reach up with that right hand, twist it out. And then immediately step forward. Come up, return to your chair. And then press to stand. Reach back and exhale. Bring it to center, neutral. Round 2. Arms up. Breathe in. Let's sit down. Chair pose. Thunderbolt. Exhale, bow. Legs lengthen a bit more, not a full lock. Inhale, lift your chest. Take your right foot back this time, low lunge. Drop the knee, relax the toes. Bring your chest up. Inhale. Maybe rock those hips back a bit to back off on that front knee. And then you can kind of find your happy place with those hips. Hands reaching high. And then hands down. Left leg goes back, reaching it up. And then glide into your plank on all fours. Exhale down. Inhale, cobra, peel up, pause. Tabletop and then down dog as you make your way back. Left leg up, step it forward, lunge, lean to right hand, left arm goes high, twist out. And then step forward with that right foot. Take a bow. Bend your knees, come up, chair pose. Inhale all the way up. Exhale, center. Breathe. Feel the beating chest. Feel the inhales. Arms reach up, breathe in. This time sit down into your chair, hands at prayer. Twist to the right, left elbow just resting on top of that knee. And then inhale, back center. Right elbow to the left leg, twist, exhale. And then inhale, back center. Bow down, exhale. Lift your chest, inhale. Left foot back. Bend that right knee. Drop that back heel so it's a warrior stance, yeah? We're going to bend that knee forward and then let it lengthen. Bend and lengthen. You may want to block to start to work this out a bit. And make sure your stance isn't too wide apart. You may need to hop that back foot forward slightly. But once you ease into a good stance, front knee bent, let the block and your hands move out to the left a bit. Torso's long. Legs are still working. Breathe. And then that block gets out of the way. You keep on walking over to the left. Follow that long edge of the mat back to the back of the mat. Lower lunge. You're going to lean into that right hand. Left hand reaches back for that right leg. Twisting this out. And then unravel. Come back center. Pit stop. Toes turn in. Standing straddle. Take a few breaths. Head can shake out. Forearms to the floor or to blocks. And then your hands keep walking over to the right. Back to where we started. Now that right leg's going to sweep back. 3-leg dog. Let it drop down. Full dog. Plank. Lower down. Vinyasa. Lift that chest. Inhale. Exhale, down dog. Right foot forward. Left foot forward. Nice and slow. Take a bow. Curl yourself up. Arms overhead. Exhale, back to center. Breathe. Use the inhales to calm that beating heart down. And when you're ready for the second side, let's sit down to our chair, hands at prayer, going for the twists. First one to the left, right elbow to knee. Back to center on an inhale. Exhale, twist to the other side. Back to center. And bow, full fold. Inhale, lift the chest. Right foot back this time, that block is nearby. Drop that back heel, toes turn out a wee bit. Holding on to that front block, bend and lengthen that front leg. Bend and lengthen, bend and lengthen. Giving your hips some time here. And then move the torso and blocks over to the right about 45 degrees off the mat. Bow down here. Allow those hips to open. Keep making your way to the right. Follow that long edge of the mat back. So now you're in a low lunge. Left hand down, right hand reaches back. Maybe bend that back leg. Reach for the foot. Twist it out. Keep your gaze down, though, to that left hand. You don't need to take your neck back with this. When you're ready, release. Hands back to the floor. Walk your hands to the left. Stopping into that standing straddle. Breathe. There's a little bit more here than a regular forward fold, so we're just trying to make sure we get it all. And keep walking your hands back to the left, so your legs are in a lunge now. Hips can sink down, feel that difference, and then let that left leg go back and up. And then drop the foot. Inhale, plank. Exhale, down. Inhale, chest lifts. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, plank. Again, exhale, lower. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, down dog. One more. Inhale, plank. Exhale, lower. Inhale, chest lifts. And then child's pose on this last one. Arms at your sides. Breathe. Rock your forehead left and right. And then tabletop, rock back onto your heels with those toes curled under. Lean back on your hands again. Notice if you have a little bit more room here. And then come forward, shake those feet out again. Lean back, toes are down, lift those knees. Return to your down dog. So it's all good here. Feet are nice and warmed up. Take this right leg up. Step it forward. Keeping that back heel down. Arms are reaching up now. So it's a simple warrior. Continue opening to the left, warrior 2. Arms are now parallel to the ground. Soften that reach through the fingers. Inhale. We're going to lengthen that right leg. Arms are coming up. Left hand's going to grab that front wrist and pull it back. And then you're going to release as you tip that torso forward for your triangle. Right leg remains long. Right hand to the shin. Left arm high. And then come up, bending that front knee. Return, warrior 2. Back heel spins up as you bring that back arm up. And it's a high lunge. Take a moment, and then we're going to let the arms drop as you twist to the right. Right hand reaching for the back leg. Left hand for the front. And then turn back, center, hands at prayer. Lunge. And then we're going to take our time, controlled, shift our weight into that front leg. Tip forward, back leg lifts up, warrior 3. Feel solid, working, breathing. And nice and easy, set that left foot back to the ground. Lunge. Pull those arms back, goal post, hands to the floor. Right leg goes back, 3-leg dog. Left side, take the foot up. Step the foot forward, back heel stays down. You're bringing your torso up, coming to your simple warrior. Arms reaching high. Stance does not need to be too wide here. It'll work against you. Inhale. Drop those arms down. Turn into that warrior 2. Still solid in the legs. Have the willpower to stay here. When you're ready, inhale, lengthen that front leg. Arms come up. Right hand grabs that left wrist. Pull that arm back. Feel that torso open. And then you're going to release, letting that left hand go forward and down. Triangle, left big toe pressing to the floor. Right hand high. Breathe. And then bend that front knee. Come up. Return, warrior 2. Back hand, back heel. Spin them up. Face forward. High lunge. Twist to the left on an exhale. Right hand to the front leg. Left hand to the back leg. Keep breathing. Holding the pose. Unravel. Arms are coming up high. And then pull them down to center. Pressing off that back foot. Lean forward into that left leg. Feel that warrior 3. Leg is working. Hands at prayer. Breathe. And then bend that standing leg as you set that right foot back down. High lunge, pull arms back, open your chest. Hands to the floor, left leg sweeps back, 3-leg dog. Drop the foot. Full dog. Move into your plank. Take your vinyasa. Maybe you rest in child's pose. Maybe you take another vinyasa and a third vinyasa, a fourth. When you're done, you're going to get to the top of your mat. Toes turn out. Lower your hips down, returning to a nice low squat here. Very generous in the hips. Breathe. Arms tucked on the inside of the legs. And then hips up, forward fold over the legs. Curl yourself up. Let's go on ahead, shift weight into our right foot. Let that left knee come up, and your hands are going to grab the back of that thigh, right behind the knee. And you can interlace so that leg almost comes to 90 degrees, rotating that left ankle and the toes. You can hold on to the leg right there, or just release it and let it go to your tree pose, left foot inside of that right leg. Left hand can rest on the thigh, right hand on your chest. Lift ribs off the hips, crown towards the ceiling. Softening the jaw, eyelids, forehead. Find some peace here in your tree. Nothing else has to happen. When you're ready, drop that left foot. Let's go right side. Right leg comes up, grab the back of the thigh, stay here, upright, nice and long. Trunk of your tree is sturdy, it's active. Keep holding on to the leg, or at any time, move into your tree. Right foot to the inside of the left leg. Get steady. Right hand to thigh, left hand to chest. Breathe into that left palm. Let that air bring your ribs off the hips so you aren't slouching, you're lifting. Keep breathing. Get lost in the moment, and then when you're ready, take that foot down. Last little bit, arms reach up, breathe in. Exhale, sit into a chair that's comfortable. Don't overdo it here. Let's take that left foot back, bending that front knee, and open those arms immediately to Warrior Two. Hold the legs as you tip that right hand high, Peaceful Warrior, and then you're going to come forward, side angle. Maybe a block to the inside of that right leg, so your torso is not collapsing. We're wanting to feel this out here. Return to your Warrior Two. Back heel, back hand spin up, that high lunge. Twist like we did before to the right. Just for a moment, and then inhale back to center, arms high. Press off that back foot. Come up immediately into your tree pose. You're going to be okay. We're going to bring this all together. Everything we have done, we've done already once. Hands can stay high. Or bring them behind your back now. Interlace so they're low. Turn that left knee forward. Lean forward with your torso as that left leg goes back, and it's a Warrior Three variation. Arms are still behind your head, bending that standing leg. Be easy as you drop that left foot down. High lunge. Maybe hands stay behind you. Maybe you drop that knee. So it's a low lunge now. And then you can tip forward. Arms go high. Right side, chest and belly on that right leg. And then release, tip up as those arms sweep up. Crescent lunge. Hands to the ground. Sweep that right leg back. 3-leg dog. And now go on ahead, bend that right leg. Hips open up. And then release it out. Full dog. Go forward into your plank. Move through another vinyasa or two if you wish. Taking your time, being sure not to overdo it here, but having the freedom to do what's needed. And then make your way to the top of your mat. Enjoy the forward fold, neutralize the legs, and then return to your chair pose, hands at prayer. That right foot's going to step back now. Warrior two, extend those arms. Back heel is down, stretch that ankle. Let's tip that left hand up. Peaceful warrior, come forward. Side angle, forearm to the knee, to a block. Right hand high. Try not to put too much of a demand here in the hips. Know that they can only do so much. Return, warrior two. Spin that back heel and back hand up. High lunge. Exhale, twist to the left like we've done before. Just for a moment. And then turn back center. Arms reach high. Interlace those hands. Step forward with that back foot into your tree pose. Arms are reaching high, helping you lift. And then release those hands down behind you. Interlace those hands low. Turn that right knee forward. You're going to lean forward as that leg goes back. Warrior three variation with those hands behind you. Now start to bend that standing leg as you dip your chest down a bit more. Letting that back foot touch the floor, come up, high lunge. Then drop the knee, lift your chest as those hands stay behind you. Lean forward. Chest and belly onto that left leg. Arms go high. Bow your head down. And then release those hands. Feel that crescent lunge. Reach up. Hands to the floor. Take that left leg up and back. Open those hips. Bending the knee. Breathe. Release. Exhale. Come down. Inhale. Plank. Exhale. Lower. Inhale. Chest lifts. Exhale. Down dog. Inhale. Plank. Lower down. Vinyasa. Be easy with that chest. Maybe shimmy it out. Tabletop to down dog. And then child's pose. Chill out. Hands can turn up. Rotate those wrists. Rocking side to side. Any tweaks that you need to make. Maybe hands behind your back. Breathe here. We're going to stay down low. When you're ready, start to sit up and move all the way to your seat. Legs out in front, maybe a comfortable crossing. Just attend to the neck, to the shoulders. What's calling out right now that you may need? Take a few breaths, allow it to lengthen the torso out. And then I'm going to have you let that left leg stretch out in front and keep that right leg in. Almost kind of tree pose variation with your legs. And if you would like, if you have a blanket or a little pillow nearby, stuff that underneath that left knee. That way when you lean forward, you have a good support there. There needs to be a little bend. We can't have it lock out or overextend. So this is good boundaries. When you're ready, sit up. Left hand to the knee, twist to your right, right hand behind you. Now with that right hand down, lift your hips, lean into that right hand. You're coming up onto that right shin bone. Left leg stays long, left arm up overhead, almost like a side plank. And then you're going to lower down. Turn back forward. Fold that left leg in. Right leg can go long. Pillow, blanket, anything you need. Under that leg, let it bend, have plenty of support. Lean forward and down, drop your head, breathe here. compressing the belly. And now we're sitting up, right hand to the knee as you twist to the left. Getting the little pillow out from underneath the leg, left hand down. Lift your hips up, coming to kneeling on that left shin. Right leg stays where it is. Right arm is overhead, feeling that rainbow just for a moment. And then you're going to come down. Face back forward. Now both legs are in front. Little pillow underneath the knees. Take a bow. Rocking side to side. Maybe inhale, sit up halfway. Exhale, fold down. And then let that little pillow stay where it is. We're going to sit up, grab our blocks, turn them to level 1 and level 2. Maybe keep a blanket nearby. Level 1, level 2 behind your back. We're going to start to lean back. Shoulder blades on that first block, that more flat surface. And then you have enough room for the shoulders all the way across the back just to have some space, some free space to drop. Head resting on the block at level 2. That little pillow's out in front. You can bring your feet together, knees wide, Baddha Konasana. Let your head roll side to side on that taller block. Arms reaching out, soft bend at the elbows. Palms turn up, soften the fingertips. Keep breathing. Start to settle down here. Relaxing the jaw. Staying with your body, in your body. Noticing how the energy has shifted from how you felt before you started to now. Legs can stay bent or maybe let them lengthen out in front. If you have that little pillow there, you can kick it out in front and let it catch the back of the knees. Maybe the block behind your head needs to wiggle back. Maybe it needs to go to a lower height. Keep expanding, opening, propping yourself up. Your body is no longer working. It's resting, it's breathing. Slowly start to sit up. Take your time. Support yourself. Find that blanket nearby, and we're going to drape it over the little pillow that's been supporting your legs. Go on ahead and get those blocks out of your way so your mat is cleared behind you. Adjust the blanket and pillow. You should have handles on the sides of that pillow. When you lay back, feet flat, lift your hips and get that little pillow and blanket underneath that low back, that sacrum. And those knees can tuck in and you can start to rock side to side here. Hands on that little pillow, give you something to ground with. And then when you feel good, those feet can just come down to the floor. So it's a supported bridge, or this should be mild enough to where you can let those legs stretch out in front. Notice if those legs stretch you out in front and that weight pulls on you, you may need to push into the pillows and scoot your torso back some. Arms can reach back. So this is a very mild frontal opening, but it is enough for those hips, from the lunges, from the cobras. This is something just very broad. Good way to neutralize, open things up. If you want a little extra, let that right knee draw back into your chest. It'll bring that left leg up off the ground. That's okay. Maybe right leg can lengthen. And your hands just grab the back of the legs instead of working with a belt like we did in the beginning. And draw that leg in a little closer to your chest, and then take it out in front, and left leg hugs in. Feel how that will lift that right leg up. Left leg long. How does that shift things? Pull the leg in, back off, pull it in, back off. And then let those legs stretch out in front. Arms are reaching back. Breathe here. There's less and less to do as the body starts to feel more and more complete. Begin to bring those feet back to the mat. Knees can hug into your chest. And even when you hug your knees into the chest here and you feel the hips resting on the pillow, that may give you enough. Or going ahead and keep rocking back more into a full plow. Move pillow and blanket out of the way. And then you can start to lower down. Everyone get that pillow and blanket out from under them, whether you did plow or not. Return to your fish pose with those legs long, elbows down, lift your chest. Just for a moment, and then flatten out, legs hug into your chest, roll around here. Breathe, going back and forth. And then with those knees hugging into your chest, roll over all the way onto your right side. Right arm can fold to give you a pillow. Left hand out to the right. Take that arm up and then reach it back to the left. And then take it up, back over to the right. Slowly reach the arm up. Take it back behind you. Bring the arm up, over to the right. And then when you're ready, keep that hand reaching back to the left. Your gaze can stay to the ceiling. Legs are relaxed. Breathe. How does it feel? And then on the next breath, bring that left arm back over to the right. Roll yourself back onto the mat, over to the left. Prop your head up with that left arm. Right arm out in front of your gaze to the left, and then reach it up back to the right. Bring that arm up over to the left. Bring that arm up, back to the right. A few more times, and then you can settle in and keep breathing. How is the body resting, falling here? Does one side feel tighter than the other? Does everything feel about balanced now? When you're ready, right arm comes back over to the left. And then you roll back onto the mat, nice and flat. Feet are flat, knees turn up. Lift your hips just a couple of inches, shake out that tail. And then hips go back down. Feet go as wide as your mat. Let those knees knock into each other. Arms at goalpost. Breathe. At any time, you can let those legs lengthen out. Again, feet are as wide as your mat. Toes turn out. Keep breathing. Make sure your low back stays happy. Start to stretch your arms back, rotate wrists, ankles, lean a little side to side, gently just wake the physical body up. Everything else needs to just continue to stay quiet. Maybe bring your hands behind your head, tuck your chin to chest, feel the stretch in the back of the neck. And then head drops back, knees hug in, roll to one side, start to make your way up into a comfortable seat. Breathing here, making these new adjustments in the body, knowing you are about to transition back into reality. Hands together. Meet yourself right here. Deep breath in through the nose, out through the mouth. Namaste.